Hello everyone, welcome to the channel update for August. I hope everyone's July went well. Mine, not so much, but I'll get into that in a moment. First thing to talk about is that we do have two new things on the channel. Uh, Technically, one is technically not on the channel, but we'll get to that. So we finished up Lufia II, with a successful run through the ancient cave. Obviously, I did use some save states to make sure that I got through in the one run. If I had been playing real like on actual hardware and had gotten to that end and then failed on that final boss and would have needed to spend another like 10 hours to go through the ancient cave again, I wouldn't have. We did have the first run that uh, was not successful, but that did set us up, I think, to get a successful run with the second one. So that felt good, and that's I mean, it's okay to if you're playing on your own, to play for a little bit, duck out, just like go in, try to get stuff, and then leave. Obviously, if you haven't gotten any blue chests by the time you leave, which I kind of feel like there should be guaranteed blue chests at certain points, kind of thing. Like guarantee a blue chest at 15, because then you'll get to 20 and you'll get the Providence and can get out. That, but whatever. Anyway, but yeah, so we did get a successful run through. If I hadn't succeeded against the final boss after loading the save state, I would have been like, well, I needed to do it some more. I needed better equipment draws, better luck on getting stuff, and that didn't happen. So I would have ended it there anyway. But it was a fun game, really well done, good improvements over the original, um, and I really did enjoy that. I really did enjoy that. Will I do any more Lufia games? I don't know. There is a another sequel, Lufia 3. So Lufia 1 takes place, and then Lufia 2 is 100 years prior, and then Lufia 3 is 100 years after the original Lufia. Um, I don't know much about it. I actually do own it, the Game Boy, on the Game Boy Color, I think. But I never actually played it. I ended up I got a Game Boy Advance and I got a bunch of Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games and I played some of them and I just didn't enjoy handheld play. Like when I was a kid, I didn't have a Game Boy. I didn't have a Game Boy Color. Um, I always wanted one. Finally, I was able to get a Game Boy Advance with my own money as opposed to like needing to get it for like a Christmas present or birthday present or something like that. And I did, and I ended up not really enjoying the handheld gameplay. I don't I have almost no games on my phone. I don't do gaming on my phone. Um, I have very few handhelds. I have basically played the Switch in handheld mode once. I don't like it. I don't like it. I like having a large screen to play games on. Even if that large screen is like an old 15-inch CRT computer monitor, as opposed to like modern widescreen, flat screen, giant computer monitors and TV screens and stuff like that. It just I don't know. I don't know. It's not for me. Much prefer the time that I would spend doing handheld games. I'd rather read a book, kind of thing. I kind of realize that. So there's a lot of handheld games that I have not played, and I much prefer playing them on a computer. Emulated kind of thing. So maybe I'll play that one. I don't know much about it beyond that it takes place 100 years after Lufia 1. I don't know if the same team was involved. I don't know if it has the same uh, quality reputation. I was looking at some of the others, and there's more Lufia games than that as well. And one of the most recent ones is actually like takes place like before, like just before Lufia II kind of thing, with those same characters, and they all look weird, and it sounds like nothing is right story-wise. Like they're just changing everything. I'm like, I probably won't play that one. In fact, I would go so far as to say I almost certainly won't play that one. It didn't look or sound interesting to me. Um, like why go back to that point? Whatever. But with that game's completion, we have started up Grandia 2, which I have been meaning to play for quite a while. Um, I don't remember exactly when I played Grandia, but it was quite a while ago. um, and I really do like Grandia, the original. I had a lot of fun playing that one. I did get the PlayStation 2 version of Grandia 2. I never had a Dreamcast because, like, I played Grandia. I love Grandia, and then Grandia 2 came out on the Dreamcast, and I'm like, why? Why are you doing this to me? I want this game. And then they announced it for the PlayStation 2, and I was super excited, and I got it, and it was buggy as crap, and I ended up not getting very far. So, um, oh my lord, I just looked at when. Yeah, it was back in 2017. Jeez. That's when I played Grandia. That's 8 years ago now. Okay. Yeah, it's been a bit of a gap between those two. It doesn't feel like it's been 8 years. It feels like not that long ago that I played it. But anyway, so yeah, the PlayStation 2 port of Grandia 2 was not very good. I didn't get very far. I don't really remember much about it. But I think there was like a lot of slowdown or something like that, and it just wasn't fun. And so I didn't it didn't grab me. Um, I do think that it suffers from too early 3D with the characters, as I mentioned in the game, in some of the LP videos. The character models remind me very much of Playmobil figures. um, but eh, you know, it's fine. I would prefer sprites. I would prefer sprites for that game, but eh, I'm enjoying it so far. Um, and looking forward to continuing to play that. The other new thing is that over on the VODs channel, I have started posting the Suikoden 2 streams. Started on Monday. Had some more yesterday on Wednesday. Not yesterday, because yesterday was Thursday. Had some more on Wednesday, and today is Friday, so I will have some more this evening as of when this video goes live. Probably not. I'm gonna have Monday again, but probably not Wednesday and Friday, and I'll get to that in a moment. Next week, but until I get my Lego building set up, like I had to move it for housework reasons, and that also meant, hey, as long as I'm taking all this stuff down, like the camera arms and the light arms and everything like that, and all the table and everything like that. I'm doing like furniture rearrangement and getting some new furniture, putting it around, things like that. Just kind of like reorganizing things. It's like okay, here's the kick in the pants to actually do these things that I've been thinking about doing. So that the setup is going to be moved elsewhere in my home and reset up. It's going to be sometime this month, although I'm not sure exactly when it will be. But it will be, I certainly hope, before the end of the month. But then we'll be getting back to Lego build streams. I will probably do some extra bonus streams of Lego building just because I've missed it. And I want to get back into it and have that enjoyment again. But we'll see. So that's all for later stuff. Definitely keep an eye on Discord and stuff like that. I will make announcements when that's coming back. But of course, all that stuff is going up on the VODs channel. That is here. Yeah. So the VODs channel, if you go onto the main page, and of course it's in all of the recent videos descriptions as well. But the more links, the VODs channel, there we go. That's where right now Suikoden 2 is going up. And of course where Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D went up, which we finished, well, a week, 2 weeks ago at this point. We did finish that up. Finished up the post game, which it had the original post game from the SNES version, and then they added some new post game for this version on top of that, and that post game I did not like. I did not. It really bothered me. Some of the very much a situation of, oh, the way that you've been playing the game all the way up till now, by the way, you should not play it that way or you're just going to get messed up. Don't do that. That's not good design, I think. If you're going to change up gameplay, then there should be at least hints at it, if not telegraphed. Go in and say, if you're going into it, and they have someone there saying, now, the way that you've been playing all up till now may not work for you. You may need to try new strategies, something like that. Because it did not, when I realized what you needed to do, or not needed, you were supposed to do, I was like, this is dumb. Because who's going to think of it? But anyway. So it kind of soured my enjoyment, right at the end, and that's one of the other problems, is that you want a game, and it's a problem that a lot of post game has, not quite as bad as that, but a lot of post game gets mean in a way that the main game wasn't, and that can leave a bad taste in your mouth right at the end. If I had played through Lufia II and then was like, okay, now I'm going to go do the Ancient Cave, go through it. Oh, that final boss you have to do in 3 rounds, and you don't have to... I went into it knowing that and everything like that, so it didn't feel quite as bad. But if that had been the last thing that I did, and I had just spent 10 hours going through, and it runs after 3 rounds, and I haven't killed it yet, and now I have to go spend another 10 hours going through the Ancient Cave, it's a pretty good chance that I'd be like, screw this, no, done. I'm done. Screw this game. You don't want to leave your players with that kind of feeling at the very end. You really don't. That's not good. That's poor design. Because people, that can overwhelm, that's the last feeling. It's like if you go into a movie and you're watching a movie and you're like, wow, this is a great movie. This is a great movie. I'm really enjoying this movie. The cinematography is great. All the characters are great. The dialogue is great. The music is great. And then right at the end, everyone dies. Oh. Just and it feels like out of the blue kind of thing. That's the last feeling that you have with it. If they've set up that everyone could die, that it's harsh and everything like that, then that can really impact that and leave you with with a certain feeling. But if everything has been feeling good, and then everyone gets killed, it's like, oh, it leaves you with a bad taste in the mouth. It's not great. It's not great. I don't mind challenge, but when the game just gets mean about it, and I think the end of Dragon Quest III post-game did that, And Lufia 2 does as well. Lufia 2 has the advantage of being a very old game, and it's very easy to get this information. But yeah, like if I had played that back when it first came out and spent 10 hours going through the ancient cave, if I had, like, I probably would have done it before the end of the game, though, rather than having it tacked on. So that would be a little bit different. Um, but if you had saved it for the end, then that would be the last feeling, and that's not great. So, I mean, overall, it's like a sliver of the time I spent on Dragon Quest III, and everything else up to that I enjoyed. But that last part, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. I didn't like it. So, overall, I still recommend it. I would just say, once you get to the end of the story, do you really feel like you need to do the post game? It's worth a consideration as to whether you want to or not. You know, if you want to do the post game, do the first post game, and then consider whether you want to do the second post game. Anyway, that's Dragon Quest 3, which we did wrap up. I am still looking forward to Dragon Quest 1 and 2, which I will be doing on stream as soon as they come out in the end of October, I think it is. I think last month I might have said end of November. 6 of one, half dozen of the other kind of thing. End of one of those late months in the year. Yeah, whatever. Still quite a ways. I'm probably going to have to put something else in between Suikoden 2 and that. Suikoden 2 is longer than Suikoden 1, but it's not that long. So, we'll see. Anyway, in terms of streams, that does mean that Suikoden 2 is now Mondays, and of course, Wednesdays and Fridays as well. Spelljammer is still ongoing. Lego building streams are on temporary hiatus. Spelljammer is still going on Saturdays. Daggerfall Unity, we are very close to the end. In my recordings, I have basically done all of the non-story quests that I want to do. I did get tagged with a couple extras near the end, and I'm going to do just because. But we're now getting to the main story, back to the main story that we've kind of left hanging for, I don't know, probably 100 episodes or more. It's been a little while. But we'll get back to that and actually go through the end. So that, I'm almost certain, will be finished sometime this month. Probably, well, it's hard to say. Because a lot of it does depend on how long it actually takes to get through the dungeons. And some of the quests, I believe, are like time-locked in such a way as like, you finish one, and then you have to wait X amount of time before the next story quest triggers, kind of thing. So I'm not sure exactly how that will play out, but we'll see. But we are now moving on back onto the main story and wrapping that game up, and something else will come after that, which is probably a good thing because it has been going on for a very long time, and that not having like new stuff. May be affecting my channel growth. Subscribers are down a bit recently. It actually could be shifting off stuff onto the VODs channel even. I don't know. I mean, everything I'd seen was recommending doing that, but at the same time, this is all coming from other creators as opposed to YouTube. YouTube isn't specifically recommending anything like that because YouTube doesn't want to tell you how their system works so that you can't manipulate it, which on the one hand is fair. On the other hand, it does mean that everyone is flying blind, and that's not fun. And then when, and there are definitely things that obviously work and things that obviously don't. Like, Let's Play content obviously doesn't work these days for actually growing the channel. But that's on YouTube. That's not on, like, I don't think that's on viewers. But anyway. And over on Zerfall's channel, we've had a rough month on getting that recorded. Partly it's just summer. Part of it was he did have his charity stream that he needed to prep for and things like that. Um, but hopefully we are back on track to continuing that at a normal pace. But that is still ongoing on his channel, so do check that out. Um, and we have no idea when that's going to be. That's actually going to be done. Like I've mentioned it before. We like looked up a walkthrough, just like glance at it and see like get a feel for how long it was, and didn't realize the walkthrough wasn't finished. Both of us. So who knows when that finishes? Um, but yeah, so that's continuing over on his channel. Definitely check his channel out as well. He's currently also doing stuff with Mysterious JG. Playing a game that I may eventually play on my channel myself, so I haven't been watching it. I don't want to. I haven't decided if I want to be spoilered on it or not yet. But that's most of what's going on the channel right now. So as I kind of intimated, last month was kind of crazy. Um, I had joined Zerfall's charity stream, and all like having a great time, had a little thunderstorm outside, wasn't really paying attention to it, and then we took a brief break to get drinks, head to the bathroom, that kind of thing, and my basement flooded. I got 4 inches of rain in like an hour. It wasn't like feet of water, but there was like an eighth of an inch of standing water in part of the basement, which was really bad. So the next few hours of that charity stream, I was basically uninvolved with because I was sopping up all the water, and that really sucked. And that's basically what I was doing for the next week. Um, that's why I didn't have any streams. Luckily, I had just finished up Dragon Quest III, so it was like, okay, take a break before starting Suikoden 2. It works out that way. So, um, and the good news is that as far as I can tell right now, no, like there wasn't really anything. I mean, there was some water damage to various things like old hand-me-down shelf that does its job but is a piece of crap. Got a lot of water damage. I actually used to have two of them. The other one we got rid of because it had so much water damage from all the other leaks. Now I will say this: this is the first rain leak, like not leak, but like basement flood from rain. All the other ones, because I've had a few over the past few years, and that's one of the reasons why like it just messed me up because it was like, oh, for crying out loud, another one. I thought we had gotten this taken care of. None of those were from rain, but at the same time, I can't think of a single time I've gotten like 4 inches of rain where I live in my entire life. It was insane. Um, Absolutely crazy. This year has been crazy. The Washington D.C. area has had more flash flood watches, alerts, whatever, than any other major metropolitan area. I mean, obviously, some small areas have had more, like towns and stuff like that, but no other major metropolitan area has had more. Um, I just saw that one of the local weather organizations said that July was the wettest on record for 90 years, possibly ever. So, like, absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Luckily, yesterday we were expecting up to 8 inches of rain in places. I got just under an inch, so I lucked out there. I mean, we've gotten, inch and a half, 2 inches of rain in rainstorms in an hour. I'm not sure about even that, but I mean, like, I can't think of a time that we've gotten 3 inches. But like 4 inches, and it was over 4 inches. It was just over 4 inches. Um, that was crazy. That was crazy. Everything, all the other basement floods that I've had recently have been like house water related or pipe related. Like I had some. The first floods were from a cracked drain pipe. So, yeah, that was bad. Um, at least this is just rainwater and like, dirty water from outside kind of thing as opposed to raw sewage, which is what those were. I had some others in between as well, but it all like house water pipe related kind of thing. This is the first rainwater related flood that I'd had, and it was by far the worst in terms of the amount of water we got. So it was pretty crazy. I've done some things to prepare in case we get something like that again, which of course we won't now. Like I said, I've never seen that much rain. The basement would have flooded before. With the amount of water that I had down there, probably 3 inches would do it, and we haven't had that. And I imagine that it's 3 inches in a certain amount of time period, like an hour. So just one of those fluke things, but messed up my last week. I mean, the week before this week, and stuff like that. So it's been a July. It really has. Not the best month in my life by a long shot. Um, but yeah. And then of course there's everything else going on in the world. So anyway, hopefully August will look up somewhat. We'll see. Um, but the reason why I am not going to be having the Suikoden 2 Wednesday and Friday streams next week, the first full week of August, is that I have ordered some upgrade parts for my computer, and I'm going to need to install them. And do like stress testing, play a bunch of games, do some like local recordings, make sure that everything is working. And I don't want to have the pressure of a stream there, uh, needing to get it done for that. Um, so if I take the Wednesday to Friday period to make sure that everything is working, get everything, because I gotta reinstall all the software and everything like that that's on this thing. It's just, yeah, like I never like doing that, but it's one of those things that you got to do. Migrate all my data over and everything like that. So that's what I'm going to be doing next week. I've gotten all the parts but one in right now, and I need to double check when that's coming. It could be really late, but it all looked like it should get here by next week. So, but yeah, so hopefully that'll take care of my crashing problems that I've been having. And that was the other thing is like last week, it felt like just constant crashing. This week's been good. But like so the week that I'm also trying to clean up from all this rainwater and everything like that, and my computer's crashing all the time. I'm having trouble getting my recordings done. I'm pressed for time because I also need to keep checking, to see how things are drying out and everything like that. It's just it was a really really bad week. Um anyway, hopefully things will be looking up. New computer equipment is always exciting. I had the help of one of my Discord supporters, patrons. I really do appreciate that to get new equipment and get that all set up, and hopefully my crashing problems will go away. And that also should like with that, I will probably also try to see if I can do some other recordings that I have had problems with again. Like it's been a while since I've tried streaming PlayStation 2, but it has not worked. And just like too much slowdown between the emulator and the recording software and everything like that. And with new equipment, maybe that will be abated, and I can actually stream PlayStation 2 stuff if I want. I don't have exact plans on what. Well, I do actually have some plans on what I want to stream, but and that will be stuff that I will have a hard time getting onto YouTube if I do it. So that may have to stay on Twitch. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But for now, I'm looking forward to getting that hardware installed, the computer upgraded, and everything like that. And that's mostly where we are with the channel. Some new content, Grandia 2 and Suikoden 2, coming your way. Please, if you're not already subscribed to my AuldDragon VODs channel, please do so. The amount of content that you will get from being subscribed is not overwhelming. I have already uploaded all of the old content there, so there's nothing old to go up there anymore. So it's just going to be, stream footage ongoing, which will tend to lag where we are on the actual streams, but that's fine. But I'm still not at 1,000 subscribers yet. I'm not actually even at 500 subscribers yet, so I can't monetize any of that stuff. So I am losing revenue by having that stuff over there. So please do subscribe to that if you're not, and help me hit 1,000 so that I can actually get that stuff monetized. I'd really appreciate it. But that's about where I am with stuff on the channel. Like I said, I do hope to get back to the Lego building streams later this month as well. And if you are enjoying the content, please do consider supporting me here on Patreon. You can do a Ko-fi. Forgot to load these tabs up in advance, but it really does go a long way. I could not have done gotten the new equipment for this computer without the support of people on Patreon, the support of viewers on Twitch, with bits and everything like that, and some additional donations from individual viewers as well. All of that let me get to the point where I could get the my hardware upgraded. And I will note, Patreon, there was a time when this was up around $800, so it's down to $560. So I leave, a lot of Patreon people do not include the actual amount there. I do that for transparency, so that I'm not living the lap of luxury off of this by any means. It is not it's really not a very high income field that I'm in, but I'm enjoying it. And I do like to do the streams and the recordings and everything like that. And I need to be able to, I would not have been able to buy new hardware without those specific donations. And, I wouldn't be able to do it just on the income alone, because I still need to eat and pay for internet and have a roof over my head and things like that. So, and then, possible expenses like basement floods. All of these things are it's money intensive. That's why I have ads on the videos and everything like that. I would much rather not have ads. That does actually, that would probably hurt the channel growth, but, if I could do everything without having ads and stuff like that, I would. But it's the same thing with Twitch. You know, like I gotta have those ads. I gotta have the ad breaks, um, because otherwise, like it's really hard to actually run these things. And this is all stuff dictated by YouTube and Twitch. Like I don't have these, choices in the matter to actually do this kind of thing. Um, I have some choice in how it rolls out, which is why for Suikoden 1, 2, and Dragon Quest 3, they're you know I break the YouTube video, the VOD that I post up on YouTube with the ad break. I play, the ad break is about to start. We take a break. That gives me an opportunity to go get some more water, get something to drink, step away, bio break, that kind of thing as well, and just stretch my legs a little bit. But I don't like having the ads. I would rather just be able to stream right through, and like I do that with the D&D streams, which I don't like because I don't want to like stop everything and be like, "Hey guys, players, there's an ad break about to start, so let's just pause everything for a couple minutes." So I don't do that, but I can't. I mean, I could turn off that, but then I would be having pre-rolls, and the problem with pre-rolls is that increases bounce rate, and the bounce rate is someone who's like, just browsing Twitch and they see, oh, I don't know this person, but they're playing this game that I like, or they're playing D&D. Let's see how it is. Oh, I got ads. Screw this, and they hit back or they close out the tab or whatever. And they never actually get to see what I'm doing. They never get to actually find out whether they enjoy my streams. So that is specifically why that is there. The choice is either pre-rolls for everyone who comes in, which just angers everyone who comes in, unless of course they're not seeing ads anyway, or an increased bounce rate and reduce the likelihood of new people finding me, which means fewer new watchers, fewer potential subscribers, that kind of thing, or like have these periodic ad breaks, which also give me an excuse to like stretch my legs and stand up and get something to drink, get some more water and things like that. So, and give viewers an opportunity to, oh, he's taking a break right now. I can run to the bathroom and not miss anything, kind of thing. So it works out pretty well for that. And it's just one of those things. I got to do those things to make this actually viable as an income. And whether it's viable or not is very, very questionable. It's really not. Which is why if you can support me on Patreon or Ko-fi, join the channel memberships here on YouTube, or subscribe to me on Twitch. It really, really does go a long way to ensuring that I can continue to do this, and I want to continue to do this. And it really, really is important. And not just me, other content creators out there need the same kind of consideration. I'm producing, just on the main channel alone, 2 hours of video, sometimes more when I forget my timer has gone off. And then on the, add in the VODs channel, generally an extra hour, like that, 2 hours minimum of new content every day. That's a lot. That's a lot. Like, you know, just compare that. I'm one person. Compare that to, um, Netflix and all the other streaming platforms. Um, it takes so many people to produce new content, and they don't necessarily have 2 new hours of content every day that you might want to watch. But anyway, I think I'm pretty good bang for your buck here on the old YouTube. So please do consider supporting if you can. I really do appreciate it. If you are not in a financial position to do so, obviously, the economy is tanking for reasons of deliberacy because we are ruled by a mad king. I understand. It's perfectly reasonable, you know. So if that is the situation where you can't support financially, again, like even $1 on Patreon, you know, I'm getting hundreds of views on Grandia 2, and even Daggerfall is still doing pretty good numbers right now. If every single one of those viewers supported me on Patreon at $1, that's hundreds of bucks right there each month. So please do consider that, you know. And then if everyone was doing $5 a month, like that would probably, you know, I'd be set. I'd be set. Like not again, not a living a lap of luxury life, but short of like big expenses because like a tree fell on my car kind of thing. I wouldn't need to worry about, you know, rent and internet and other bills, all my normal bills and food and everything like that. So please do consider supporting if you can. Again, if you can't, as I was saying, watch the videos fully, leave a like, and if you have something to say, leave a comment. All of that does help get the videos out further to other viewers. Try to bring in more people to continue viewing, which would then, you know, it's a snowball effect. The more viewers who come in and watch, the more the videos get promoted, and the more people come in, that kind of thing. And this kind of content is not like YouTube does not work to promote this sort of content, which to me is bizarre. You would think that they would want uh, um, serial long form content because, like, if someone has just found my channel and they're like, "Oh my God, he's playing Daggerfall! I freaking love Daggerfall! Let me check this out." It's 194 videos right there. You know, that's around. It's not. I mean, because most of the episodes are half an hour, some are a little bit longer. It's 100 hours right there. Like they could watch that 4 days straight, no sleep. Obviously, they're not. Being served up ads constantly and stuff like that. Like, I don't. I really do not understand why YouTube does not actively try to promote this style of content. Like the thing that YouTube wants is people to stay on YouTube. I got 100 hours of Daggerfall. If people like Daggerfall, they're gonna stay on YouTube for a while. So anyway, that's you know, I mean that's been a long-term rant. It's been something I've been ranting about for quite a while now. If you've been subscribed to me, but neither here nor there at this point. Anyway, that's about where we are with the channel. Of course, the world is a mess these days. Please do, you know, like for my mental health, I try to compartmentalize where I can. It's one of the other reasons why I do enjoy streaming and recording. When you know I can sit down and do that and blank my mind out of other things that are bothering me, and it like when I'm depressed and I stream anyway and I record anyway, it's not so much that it like gets me out of the depression, but for a while there I'm not feeling it. Like it's like pushed away. So it does really help my my mental health. Um, so for that purposes, like that's one of the other reasons why I continue and want to continue doing uh, this job. But yeah, so the real world is a mess right now. do what you can to improve it. If you've got elections coming up, I know there's some local elections here in the U.S. in August in various places. Make sure that you are registered to vote. You go out and vote. If you've got any local elections, special elections, that kind of thing. If you're in another country and you've got elections coming up, I mean, I don't know when other countries hold elections. Make sure that you are registered to vote and you vote in those elections, and always vote, like, setting aside any general political viewpoints. Two things should overall be, like, and there are oftentimes things that you know, oftentimes can be taken for granted. But number one, vote for democracy. Do not vote for authoritarianism like the U.S. has recently done. And vote to make people's lives better. Again, unlike what the U.S. has done recently. Many people in the U.S., I should say. Make people's lives better. It's very important. Because, like, we shouldn't have, like, it is legitimately traumatizing for so many people to just be alive today and dealing with what they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I'm not even the worst off, and it's, very adversely affecting me. I can't imagine if I was a woman, if I was African American, if I was Latino, and facing what's going on. Like, with the way my mental health is, I think I'd be a basket case. I really do. And it's one of those things of just like, I think about where I am in my life, where I am in my head, and then what if this thing were different? My gender were different, or I was trans or gay or something like that. I was, of another race, things like that, and I'm just like, I don't know how I would deal with it. I don't know how they're dealing with it, and it's just, it's a mess. So do what you can to make life better. It's one of the things that I like about creating videos is that I can, I'm having fun. I'm producing something that people are enjoying, bringing a little bit of pleasure and enjoyment to other people's lives. That's great. That's really great. You know, people who write for a living, people who are making fun movies and TV shows, people who are doing science to try and cure diseases and stuff like that. They're just trying to make people's lives better. So focus on that. Try to make people's lives better. You know, even one person, like, if it's like someone drops something, you pick it up and give it to them. You know, little bright spot in the day. Hold a door open for someone and they got some bags or something. Or just because you're there first, you hold the door open for them. Making little things add up, make people's lives better, and then when you can, vote to make people's lives better. You know, vote for better housing, better public transportation, to make sure that there's health care for people, things like that. Just because it'll make people's lives better. And when people's lives are better, they're happier, and they won't feel like, worry about becoming a basket case like I sometimes do for myself. So, just do what you can. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you are enjoying Grandia 2. I've gotten a lot of good comments about that. I'm really happy with the response. I'm really enjoying it myself. Come out to the Suikoden streams as well, and stay tuned for what replaces Daggerfall when I finish that. I want to thank you guys for watching, and we will be back next month for another channel update. And thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers, all of my channel members, all of my YouTube subscribers, everyone else who has donated privately and directly. It really does mean a lot. Thank you all very, very much. And please do continue to enjoy the videos. See you next time, everyone.